What's the fastest you've wiped a smirk off of someone's face? 1. When I was a teenager, I asked a pretty girl if she would like to dance. She rudely replied, "I don't dance with children." I immediately shot back with, "Sorry, I didn't realize you were pregnant." She just looked at me in stunned silence as her two friends laughed. I just turned my back on her and walked away. 2. It was my freshman year of high school. My parents had just recently divorced and my mom, siblings, and I moved to a Most of the kids had known each other for years. They had grown up together. I wasn't one of them. I was an outsider with a weird accent and different style. Some kids were very kind and welcoming. Others were cruel, unkind, and very stuck up. I just so happened to sit in front of a girl who was one of the stuck up kind. It was English class. It was also the only empty seat in the whole room. The teacher asked me to introduce myself and share where I was from. So, I did. After I finished, we were told that there would be a pop quiz in the class. The teacher asked me to take it so she could gauge where I was at in my comprehension of English sentence structure, etc. As the teacher was handing out the idea who I was, yet had already made up her mind about who I was and wasn't. Yep, I was fully irritated at that point. I filled out the quiz. Once it was completed, I handed it in for immediate grading. The teacher handed all the quizzes back with our letter grade/percentage. She then said, "There was only one student in the whole class who got a 100% on the quiz. Do you want to know who that is? It's the new student." She looked at me and said, "Congratulations. Now if everyone else would do that well on the next quiz." I turned around and looked at the girl behind me. I paused for a moment and then smiled and said, "Remember, special ed is down the hall." The smirk on her face disappeared in a flash. She didn't say a word. That felt so good. 3. I am the youngest of 3 children. My brother and sister look like my parents. I was the blue-eyed, blonde-haired child in a family of brunettes. My siblings used to tease me about how the mailman dropped me off or I was adopted, etc. For the record, we're full-blood siblings. One afternoon, when I was about 10 years old, my family of 5 packed into the 4-door sedan. As the youngest, I was squished in the middle. My siblings started teasing again and my parents just chuckled in the a party who thought he was really something because was a corporate lawyer. Eventually he asked me what I did for a living. I told him I was a computer programmer. He said with a sneer, "Oh yeah, you're one of those guys who take perfectly clear requests and turn them into some obscure language that only other people in your profession understand."